In this episode, I will be building a gigantic arena that will provide all the entertainment for the kingdom and can rival with Rome. We'll be starting with step 1, preparing the area where the colossal arena will be built and the roads leading to it. I will prepare by building a road to the build site, connected to the Capitol building directly. Next, flattening the ground so the arena can be put on top of it, and so the road doesn't end in the water. The Colosseum/arena will be connected closely with the richer part of the city, so I'll first connect the road to it. Not all roads will be straight, just the most important ones. And that is the street in with some lamps on the side, and also the area flattened. The river still probably needs to move a bit, as I wanted to surround the foundation. This is including the battleground in the middle of the arena and also the edge of the surrounding plaza that will form the canal front. Speaking of foundation, let's get to building it. Step 2. Building the base layer of the arena. This is including the battleground in the middle of the arena and also the edge of the surrounding plaza that will form the canal front. The foundation will encompass quite a big area. The outer ring of the base will be the plaza on which people can gather, socialize and enter and exit the arena. In set 1 layer, there will be stone bricks. These will be part of the outer layer of the structure of the arena itself. Next to it, there will be a stone layer, which is just in place so there aren't massive holes under the build, but these will be covered up by the stands later. And finally, the most inner layer, which will be made out of sand. This is where all the battling will take place. Surrounding the base, I've also made some retaining walls and rerouted the river to fit around it. I made sure to light up everything very well, seeing as this is a massive mob spawner now. The stone slab with the torch spam on it will later be covered by the seating areas anyway, so won't be visible. Step 3. The resources. I was asked how I gather all these resources for my builds. This thing is gigantic, which accounts for thousands and thousands of blocks. Sand, tuff, wood, hoppers, wool and mostly stone. There's a ton of just gathering involved. However, the bulk of the items that can be farmed will be farmed. In fact, I will be needing over 160,000 stone/stone brick for the arena, so my old cobble generator and smelters aren't going to cut it. At this point I started showing as quite sleep deprived and I almost set my entire capsule building on fire. Yeah, that was a close one. Underneath the cobblestone farm, I placed 2 super smelters to turn everything into stone really fast. And I will also add an offshoot to keep some of the cobblestone. This farm provides me with all the stone resources for my builds. With the base layer in and all the resources gathered, this brings us to step 4 of the build, the arena itself, mainly the outside of the build. Someone asked me to show some reference in their videos, so I'll start by doing that some more. Now, this one might just be an obvious example, however, with the Colosseum being one of the planet's most recognized landmarks. But it is stunning and I definitely want to do something like this in my kingdom, with my own spin on it of course. Surrounding the arena will be lots of pillars. I will show you the design I have in mind. So these were the first of the pillars. I think you get a pretty good idea of what they will look like. All the little blocks sticking up around them account for 1 pillar each, for a total amount of 88 pillars over 4 to 5 levels high. Now let's create the rest of them with some music in the form of a time lapse. And there it is, all the outer pillars of the Colosseum in. Now the true skill of the build is visible. Later there will be added some extra covers on top on the shorter sides and 2 towers on each direction of the long side. These will increase the build side a bit and the arena will surely be big enough to host the entire kingdom during fights and plays. The Colosseum in Rome is 48 meters tall and the total height of this build will exceed 50 meters tall, considering 1 block is 1 meter, and so my arena will in that fact be bigger than Rome's. The entire arena is surrounded by pillars, but I will have some open splits where the main towers will go. When I was building the floors in the latest episode, somebody mentioned they were getting kinda dizzy watching it. This is of course not my intention, so if you experience anything like that in the video, please do let me know in the comments. And there it is. Now you can get a good taste of the outside look. Of course there will be more added on top with some covers, and the open sections will have the entrance towers on either side. While I was designing the arena in my creative world, I had both of the long sides smooth and coherent with the rest of the build. However, I think it is important to add some defining features to the structure when making a mega build. This really makes it pop and stand out. So I've been reading all your comments on the latest video as I mentioned, and I want to say a massive thank you for all the encouragements, kind words, subscribing and suggestions you've given me. Let's keep making this series better and better. Thank you. The outside looks really good now with the towers in and is very nearly done now, except for some extra decorations. However, it is now time to focus on the inside, meaning the stands and armoring room. Let's move on to the next step. Step 5. The inside of the build. The armoring rooms are fitted with many pieces of armor and weapons, so all the unfortunate can gear up and battle it out. For the last major step of the build, I will add the stands. As you can see, I've already marked out some lines. These are the lines on which the stands begin and go up to the outer walls. I've made sure to make the stands steep enough so every place in the arena gets a good view on the battlefield. Now the dividing walls are in and the places where the tribunes will be filled in are visible. Also, you can now see where the tributes will enter the arena at the bottom. That is all the stands in, with the entrances on the shorter sides of the Colosseum and steps to walk up and down. With all stands, I mean except for a few. Seeing the kingdom is set in medieval times, there will be a huge class divide. Not like that is still a thing today. So the elite will get the highest seats above all the lower classes. With the inside complete, it's time for the very last step of the build. Step 6, the finishing touches. That is the entire build done, with all the surrounding details in, and I think it looks fascinating. Très bien. Thank you so much for watching and all your amazing support so far. I hope you enjoyed and subscribe for more. See you next time.